And happy International Women's Day to you,
International
Rochelle.
Women's Day.
Well, of course, on Fridays we have our hot topic. A recent incident has reignited a national conversation about parenting, discipline, as well as child protection. While some believe strict discipline is necessary to raise respectful and responsible children, others argue that physical punishment can cause lasting physical and emotional harm. So where should the boundary be? Is discipline a private family matter, or does society have a responsibility to step in when it goes too far? And how do we balance culture, parenting styles, and the law? Rochelle, this topic today, of course, is on the background of what we saw happening, was it this week?
It was last week.
Was it last week? With the father from the, I think it was Walvis Bay, but in the Rongo region, who had disciplined his 8-year-old child, and everybody was up in arms about it because it wasn't just a spanking. He was, hitting this young boy with fists. Luckily, somebody recorded it, and he was then arrested and is yet, I think, to appear. I haven't followed up if he's made his first appearance in court yet, if he's been granted bail or such.
He did appear, I think he appeared on Monday or Tuesday, and he was denied bail, and his case was postponed to the 29th of April.
Okay. Well, I can't watch stuff like that where children are abused. So I didn't watch the video. I only saw the picture that some of the publications used. Did you watch the video, firstly?
I watched the video. I watched the entire video, and I felt myself getting angrier. The longer I watched the video, the angrier I got to see how this man was fighting with his own son, with his 8-year-old son. I don't think one would say that is disciplining, because this man was fighting like,
He was fighting a big person.
He was fighting someone his age.
Sure.
He was fighting with the child.
Yeah.
I don't think that is disciplining.
Well, we saw the comments on social media under those posts, and we also did a story of the day on that topic. And what surprised me with the responses were many of the women who responded on the topic were completely against that form of discipline. But the majority of the men who responded on that topic was, I won't say in favor, but supported it and justified it. So I don't know what that says about, is it our mindsets? Is it our values? Is it the roles that we've taken up in society as men and women? Women are the nurturers. Men are, this, that, and the other. What are your thoughts? I was quite surprised that so many men were saying, if you want to raise a strong man, then, you need to be tough. It's not easy raising boys, and discipline is necessary, and at least the child didn't break something, like he didn't break an arm, or, there were no physical scars. And then I was asking myself, who says that emotional scars are less harmful than physical scars? What were your thoughts on those responses that we got?
I'm actually not surprised that men would be in favor of such behavior and women would not be. Just like you mentioned, because of the roles that we've taken up in society, women being the nurturers. As a mother, even if I was, for instance, that neighbor that had seen what is happening, I would not take a video. I would actually intervene. I would walk up to the father and actually intervene. So maybe that that you mentioned, that women are the nurturers and men or fathers have that stance that
They're
you
the
need
disciplinarian.
yes, and you need to be tough with boys and so on. So maybe that could be the cause of this type of comments. So
I think it's so silly for grown men to say that, despite the fact that perhaps that's the way you were raised and that's, all you know. But you live in a society where every other day we're reading about how men are harming women and children.
Yes.
And for you to say that that's the way to go, I would think if I were a man, maybe more 8-year-olds, you know, a couple of years back or in your generation, should have had more nurturing, should have had more love as opposed to, you know, being beaten like that in an effort to strengthen you and make you more manly, because where's it brought us today? And I think also that we don't know the state of the young boy, but from what I read and heard, the way that the father was punching this child and not just slapping him with an open hand, but actual closed fist punches, he must have been hurt physically in some manner. I mean, if an adult would get hurt from something like that,
Yep.
why would a young boy
An
not?
8-year-old
Yeah.
boy, a
And-
child.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I never ever click play on videos like that because it upsets me so much. But in terms of a parent myself and raising a boy, I think I understand that you need to be a little bit more firm with boys than with girls. That is absolutely true. Girls almost have this inherent nature of where they're just softer, they have an
They're
easier
softer,
understanding, and you kind of, not all the time, can mold them a bit easier
Compared to boys.
compared to boys, where the message has to be reiterated a couple of times before they actually grasp it. So I understand you have to have a firmer hand on them, but firmer hand on them does not mean
Abuse.
violence, does not mean physical abuse. So I was completely shocked, and I'm completely against that type of discipline. It's not even discipline. You can't call it discipline. Yeah. Well, we of course put the questions as we usually do with our hot topic to the public. Rochelle, do you want to take us through what our audience and viewers and the general Namibian public had to say?
Okay. The first poll that we put up was, who should decide how children are disciplined? And the first option was parents only, of which 46 people voted for. And then the second option was parents and the law, and 31 people voted for it. And the third option was parents with guidance from community or religious leaders, and 56 people voted for it. And the last option was a shared responsibility between parents, schools, and authorities, and 490 people voted for it.
Is it not 491?
491 with me.
You agree with that?
Yes.
I don't agree with that, and I'm actually. We say the one option was parents and the law. Absolutely not. Not in terms of how children are disciplined, I don't think. Parents with guidance from community and religious leaders, I also found that laughable, because, and the fact that some people, you know, actually voted for that specific one. Back in the day, we used to say it takes a village to raise a child. Do you feel like those are the sentiments of 2026?
Well, yes, they are. And because...
you feel that there are villages that still raise children, that people have communities?
I do feel that way.
Okay.
I feel that way because kids are not confined to our houses. Kids are confined to the community. They go out to schools, they go out in the community, they go to different people's houses, in as much as they are part of our households as well. And so I feel like it is a shared responsibility between parents, schools, and authorities as well, and the community as well, to discipline children. Yes, because if a member of the community sees my child doing something wrong in the street, I would want that member of the community to call my child out for it and tell my child, this that you're doing is wrong. Same with when they're doing something wrong at school. I would want teachers to call them out for it. If they do something wrong at church, I would want someone, whoever that picks up that this child is not doing something right, should be able to call out my child. And that's why I feel like it still takes a village.
I don't disagree. Don't discipline my child, call me, and I will discipline my child.
Okay.
What else did we ask?
We also asked, should society step in when discipline gets too far? And the first option we had was yes, authorities must intervene, of which 390 people voted for. And the second option was only in severe cases, and 132 people voted for it. And the last option was no, it should remain a family matter. And 26 people voted for it. I'm guessing 27 with Nina.
No. I think because the question is, should society step in when discipline goes too far? So, when it's too extreme, when it's no longer discipline in this case, and it becomes, right out violence against somebody, then yes, authorities should definitely intervene in that case. Yeah.
Okay, the third option, or the third poll that we had on our socials was, should cultural beliefs influence how children are disciplined? The first option was yes, culture should be respected. The second option was yes, but within the limits of the law. The first option was voted for by 305 people. The second option was yes, but within the limits of the law, and 210 people voted for it. And the third option was no, children's rights must come first, and only 44 people voted for it.
This is a bit of a tricky one to me. I can't outright say, because cultural beliefs sort of borderlines our values as well, which is important. But there's also harmful cultural beliefs.
Yes.
That's the other thing. So it's not as cut and paste as you would think, saying cultural beliefs should influence how children are disciplined. I think if those cultural beliefs promote peace, if those cultural beliefs promote love, if that is the framework we're working with, then yes. Okay. But if it's something that's harmful and negative, because there are cultural beliefs like that, then I'm against it, yeah.
Okay, I agree.
What was our last question to the public?
The last poll that we had on was, where should the boundary be drawn? And the first option was when a child is physically harmed, and 108 people voted for it. And the second option was when it leaves visible marks, and 45 people voted for it. And the last option was when it causes emotional or psychological harm, and 460 people voted for it.
This response is so telling in terms of how we view the seriousness of emotional damage and mental damage or harm. We actually don't place value on it. It's like, if I can see that you're hurt, then you're hurt. Yeah. But if I can't see anything physically on you, then you're fine. And that's how we sit with a huge mental health crisis today, because of beliefs such as this. How can you think or believe that somebody who's been hit, even though that doesn't have a scar, that didn't hurt them, that it didn't make them feel some type of way, that it didn't make them question themselves? What did I do wrong? Am I not worthy of love? Why does this happen to me? I mean, that's just obvious. If you as an individual would respond like that to a situation where you were harmed, there are no physical scars, but it was traumatic, the experience was traumatic, etc.
What about these?
Well, that's all. Those are your thoughts, Namibia. Thank you so much for always engaging us in our hot topic. We absolutely appreciate hearing from you. And don't forget, we've introduced a new segment called Story of the Day, where you can send your voice note opinion to our WhatsApp number, and we will air it out on our program on a daily basis.